guys, thank you for tuning in to Boss Lady News. I've got an exciting show for you as usual. Y'all know you can catch me on all social media platforms, Boss Lady News. I do be getting your messages. I apologize, it takes me a little bit of time to get to it. But you can DM me or you can send an email to brit@bossladynews.com. But we got some trending topics that we need to go and talk about because there's some things going on. And you know my brother's going to talk about what's going on in the entertainment world. And yes, I am going to bring up what's going on in Louisiana. So let's get into it. Cuban Mike, ven aquí, por favor. Hey, hey, hey. Now you got to do the spin.
My shoe won't let me. My shoe won't let me. My shoe won't let me.
You gotta do
we're
the
rugs
spin,
here.
bro.
We're in rugs out here. I can't do it right now.
Oh my goodness.
I might do it before the show is, but right now I can't do it.
Yo, shout out to the tape deck.
Yes.
First and foremost, okay, before we came on to Boss Lady News, we had a chance to be on the tape deck and talk about what's going on. I mean, you got him on your shirt.
Got him on the shirt, so it's all about Michael.
Today is all about Mike.
MJ. So I saw the movie.
Listen, it's so funny.
Yes.
Because the first thing you asked me was, did you see the movie?
Yeah.
And the fact is, if anybody knows what movie we're talking about, you know.
Yeah.
If you don't know,
go hide under the bed or something.
that's right. Go hide under a rock.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. Loved it.
Loved it.
#1 movie in America right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is the most highest grossing for any biopic
Wow.
ever at the moment. So it broke the record in just one weekend.
Wow.
100 mil,
Amazing.
something MJ will do, something like 100 mil in
Right.
one weekend.
You know, just a little
So,
bit.
you know,
Just a little
100 mil
bit.
in the States, 200 mil worldwide. So globally is breaking records right now.
Absolutely.
So phenomenal
And it's what
movie.
the world needs right now.
Yes, especially all the shenanigans going on in this world.
Yes.
You know, it got kind of scary because people, you know, Rotten Tomato didn't give a great review. It was either mixed or negative reviews. Of course, there was the haters and the colonizers.
That part.
Yes, that was just
part.
nagging about the movie. You know, they didn't talk about the things that they wanted to see, the juicy stuff, but it just focused on a specific part of his career, which was good enough for me.
Right.
We didn't talk about it because there was other gems I wanted to talk about, but I left it here for the Boss Lady
For
show.
Boss Lady News, you know what I'm saying? Thank you very much.
They are working on 2 more sequels right now. After
Oh,
the success.
no, are they?
Yes, they are.
Oh my
They're
goodness.
doing a part 2 and they're doing a part 3.
You know what? I don't know if I want them to because then they might dig into the skeletons in the closet that we know about, but we don't need to. We don't want to watch
we will
that.
be remiss, and unfortunately, it's part of his history. You can't be naive and act like, you know, this never happened.
But I don't think it's being naive. Like, why can't we have a hero that we know his background and we still recognize him as a hero?
Look, I was named after him. There's a story behind that, but I was named after Michael Jackson.
Oh.
Yeah, I was named after there's a story behind that. I don't know if I got time to say it, but I was named after him. So you got to take the good with the bad. Unfortunately, it's part of his history.
Yeah.
There's no way to get around it. You know, it was there on front line. As much as he's beloved and he's like my favorite artist of all time, he was controversial also. He was just in a situation that, you know, him hanging out with those daggone kids, you know, it didn't make him look good or what the case may be. And, you know, we as fans know it's because of some kind of trauma he had behind him or whatever the case may be. But it's part of the history. So you got to talk about it.
But again, there's stories about people that are just those stories,
Yeah.
right? And the dark side of them is never shown. And so I just think that with us being able to control the narrative, we're not saying don't do your research on him. Feel free to.
Yeah.
But do we have to make a movie about it?
Here's the thing. They have to make something about it. Should it be overly focused? Now that's for another conversation, but it has to be talked about. There's no way to get around it. I would like to see just to see how far they will go telling the story, but for the most part, for the first part 1, loved every minute of it, you know, because it was more of a celebration of his life.
I would say, okay, if they did a story about Charlie Sheen Or maybe because he's not dead yet, they don't do it.
Give
And
it
I'm not
time,
talking
yeah.
about the dad, I'm talking about the son.
Give it time.
But like a movie about Charlie Sheen, how about we see his dark side?
But have you seen the documentary of Charlie Sheen's?
That's a documentary.
Yeah, I know. It was just.
I mean, somebody that wants to do an entertaining
Yeah.
show that celebrates his actor side and then also does a sequel about his alcohol problem.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. As far as that goes, I mean, he's an open book. So when he did the documentary, he talked about all the shenanigans he did, and he was acting like a whole fool. And he talked about how he did things. He owns his mistakes, in other words.
Yeah.
So there's no thing about him. And besides, Charlie is not Michael. He's kind of, like, compared to those two stories, Michael's story is way more exciting, more of investing, to check out the lifestyle, what the case may be. But I love the movie. I saw it twice.
I'm trending
Yeah.
and getting the opportunity to see it the second time. The
Yeah.
first time I saw it, we had a preview, so we couldn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
And now that we can talk about it because the film is out,
Yeah.
there are so many pieces, like what you were mentioning, that
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see this. Because you went to the movies with someone,
Yeah.
and they were like, there was a scene that they noticed something, and
Yeah.
I'm like, well, did you notice in this particular scene?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do better at not being a spoiler because, like, for me, you could tell me about any movie.
Yeah.
And it won't spoil
The
it.
one thing about the movie I did appreciate is, like, once it got to a certain part, like the off the wall thriller era, you saw Michael. I don't know if you saw it, but I didn't see like the actor. Like, I saw Michael. Like, Jafar really embodied his character
That
to the
boy.
fullest. I mean, just from his dance, his mannerism,
That
just
young
the way.
man.
Yeah.
He did such an
He
amazing
killed it.
job.
It was him. Like, you saw him within the movie. I mean, it was kind of similar when I saw Jamie do Ray Charles. Like, I didn't see Jamie Foxx. I saw Ray Charles.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that part of the movie. I never got just to ask you, what's your favorite Michael album?
My favorite Michael album. So I'm not good with like an entire album,
All right.
right? There's particular songs.
All right. So what's your?
So my favorite song, I would say, is okay. So let's say there's two,
Yeah.
three.
Give me three.
Okay,
Or
right.
five. Let's go five. Whatever.
Okay, so I would say, because it touches your heartstrings, is Man in the Mirror.
Yeah.
Right, that just touches your heartstrings. Like, you could be driving down the street
Yeah.
and you hear that song, and just that one, moment where he goes, and no, you just start crying.
Yeah, you feel it.
You know what I
You
mean?
feel
You
it.
really feel it. And then I would say, ooh, we talked about it on the radio show, so now I'm torn in between. I would say Smooth Criminal.
Yeah.
Because to see Michael become a thug,
Yeah.
gangster,
Yeah.
was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But also B has like suave
Yeah.
as he was.
Smooth.
I mean suave.
Yeah.
Like he just became this machismo.
Yeah.
When he was doing
Yeah.
Smooth Criminal. And then I would say Thriller, because Thriller versus Remember the Time, because we talked about Remember the Time during the tape deck.
Music videos. Yeah.
And those two, because his thought process behind the music video was so in depth, right? With Thriller, he really went into, not only am I going to be a singer, songwriter, dancer, but now I'm going to turn into character. I need
Yeah.
you guys to like do my face.
Yeah.
I want everybody to actually look the part,
Yeah.
including him, right? And then with Remember the Time, I was saying how somehow he decided, I'm going to end this song and music video by spinning into a sand of dust.
And disappear.
Or, it was amazing.
After he took the King's girl.
After he took his girl, right?
Yeah.
And so his creative thought process for me really challenges me to up my game.
Yeah.
Because he was so far ahead of his time. To this day, people are listening to his music, doing his dance moves, right? Michael has his own dance moves. We have songs that came out, and it's like, you could do the Dougie,
Yeah.
you could do this.
You got
But he
kids that
created
when
the
you weren't
moonwalk.
born. You got kids that when you weren't born. I saw in the movie theaters doing his moves.
Right. That want to look like
That
him.
want to look like him. Like,
Listen.
I saw a kid with a whole Thriller outfit doing the dance.
After I saw the movie, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get me a glove.
Make sure it's got glitters.
I was like, I got to get get me a glove
Did you-
because, you know.
You wanna laugh at something? You know how Rotten Tomatoes gave it like a bad review? You know which movie they actually gave a high review than the Michael movie?
What?
You remember the Michael movie with Flex Alexander, the horrendous movie that he came out with? It was a made for TV.
No.
Oh, don't watch it.
I didn't even.
Don't watch it. But there was a Michael bio back in the day, back in 2005, 2006, and Flex Alexander played Michael. And the way they did him in that movie, it was just so
Messed up.
Messed up.
Yeah, see, some
It
of
was-
these, comedic spin-offs, they ain't my type, but they ain't my cup of tea.
They tried to get him to do it, and then he talked about it, and he said like, yo, they kind of did me dirty because they thought that Michael's would be behind it, and then after he signed everything around it, they found out he was not behind it.
Yeah.
They're not gonna use his likeness or his music, so it was basically a movie that made him look bad, but he didn't know, and it was too late because he already signed the contract, so he couldn't back out.
Yeah.
So-
I'm gonna take one more minute
Yeah.
because there's something interesting that I wanted to bring up that we talked about on my other home, Inside the Ride, Urban Heat, iHeartRadio, was what's her name? Saxy Red? Was it Saxy Red that used one of Michael Jackson's songs, and the family was like, absolutely not.
The rapper, Sexy Red? What's
Yeah.
that? I don't know nothing about that.
You don't know about that?
No, that's Miss was under the table.
Yeah, it was either Saxy Red or Glorilla. I don't know. Somebody, y'all find that out.
one of those rappers?
Either Saxy Red or Glorilla used one of Michael Jackson's songs as a cover. Like they used his cover.
Yeah.
And the family was like, absolutely not. She turned it completely trashy.
Yeah.
And the family was like, no. We're going to cut to a break, though.
All right.
We're going to find out who that was. Y'all don't go nowhere. But if you know who that was, make sure you contact me, all right? On all social medias, DM me. Who is the artist that used one of Michael Jackson's songs that the family said absolutely not? And I might have a gift for you. All right, we'll be right back. We got some more Boss Lady news for you.
Take the bowl, place it on your toe. It should be as tall as your chin or a little higher, and this is a little short.
Okay. As tall as your chin or a little higher.
From your chin to the top of your head is usually what we do. There you go. When you hold the bowl, that's called the grip.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to place it on the grip. So, what was the first command? The yellow line, facing me.
Okay.
Bow always stays up against your...
Hmm?
You're going to turn the thumb down as if you're Julius Caesar. Kill the gladiator. You're going to slide a hand in front of the arrows and take one arrow out just past the fletching, the feathers. Take it out. When you straighten your wrist, it's perfect. Now, go past the string. Put the back...
Where I would hold it to my knee.
Just, you're going to relax.
Okay.
See,
Gotcha.
I'm going to turn your body a little more. There you go. Good. And release. Beautiful. Nice shot.
Did it?
Our arrows. If we have any arrows that are on the ground, we pick them up first because we don't want folks with big feet stepping on them and breaking them.
Okay.
Pick it up, put it in the quiver. When you get here, normally you can just go in and do what you got to do. But for this time, what I want you to do is survey the situation. I want you to look see where all the arrows are.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna push and pull.
Good. Now put it in the quiver. Always check to make sure there's nobody standing behind.
Wrong line.
There you go. Got it. Good.
There we go. Ooh, I like this.
Then you go back, pick up your bow, and wait for us to start all over again. Online, begin, play to retreat.
I like it. Number 20.
Okay, online.
Am I first straddling? I was here, rested there.
Now remember, index finger, corner of your mouth. Touch, literally touch. Perfect. Don't overdraw. Perfect. A little high. Not that high. A little lower. A little more. Right there.
Am I going for the small target on top or the big one on the bottom?
Big one on the bottom.
Okay.
That looks right. Ha! All right. There you go. Okay.
I have to remember the proper hold.
There you go. Good. Touch the corner of your mouth. Don't overdraw.
Oh, is it recording? So they just explained to me what these arrows here on the wall are, and these are known as Robin Hood and the split arrow. So basically, if you get a little closer, you can actually see that the arrow was shot and then a second arrow was shot and it split the arrow. And so that's my goal, because I heard I get to shoot for free if I can do a Robin Hood. And you know what? Unbiased person. Do you see I am on the line?
You are 100% on board.
I am on the line, so it counts as a bullseye, y'all.
Congratulations.
This is my first time, okay? First time.
First time shooting?
First time shooting.
And you got it all within the blue?
Let's do this. I'm ready.
If you pop the balloon with your first arrow,
That's mine right there. This is the only pop the balloon game I will play, and I plan to win. Did I graze it?
I think you did. Look how small it is.
Oh my goodness.
it is slowly, yes, it is shrinking.
Oh my goodness. Definitely a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Vincent, for inviting me.
Hey.
Okay, guys, so this is the new competition. Let's see who can actually pop the balloon. I tried, and maybe next time.
Which means you can play your game any way you want. I get to choose.
Defend the urban heat. You're inside the ride, baby. Rocking with the best. You got your man Marv in the chair holding it down. I got my girl, the one and only. She is so lovely. Each and every week she comes up in here. I swear she floating on air. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the beautiful Miss Boss Lady News.
Hey, Boo.
How you doing, love?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. A
Yeah?
little disappointed about the weather, but you know.
Why? What's wrong with the weather?
Listen, it was like raining earlier, drizzling. It got so cold I put my gloves on.
Yeah, but it's not like you was outside, right?
I was.
Oh,
I
you had to take the kids to school.
Yeah.
Ah,
You know,
man.
it was cold.
sorry.
Cold out this bitch.
And I didn't pay the bill. I just paid it late, so that's why it wasn't warm as you wanted it to be.
You need to work on that.
I got you, but I paid it though, so it's gonna be good.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. Like if you go outside right now, it's nice. It's decent.
It's all right.
Cause it takes time for it to warm up after you pay the bill. You know, you gotta turn it on. I also want to recognize who's inside the ride, all the way down from New Hampshire. My man, the one and only, Mike Carrier. He's here like he never went nowhere. What's up, Mike?
Hey, baby, how you doing, brother?
Good.
I got to dub myself a new. I need a new name now that I'm sitting here with the future mayor of Dorchester. So
Well, what are you gonna dub yourself?
I'm gonna be the Prince of the South End or something like that.
Prince of the
That's
South
my-
End.
yeah,
I don't
you
know if that's gonna fly.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
We're gonna have to take a poll on that.
CCK, cool Caucasian kid. How's that?
Oh, well, that's
No.
different.
Let's ask Tony Bone what
That's
he thinks.
Yeah,
different.
Tony Bone.
We'll get Tony Bone to give you a
My
name. How
favorite
about
listener.
that? Yeah.
Good to be here. Good to see everybody.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to see you again.
Thank you, sir.
And ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Dorchester, man. Listen, when I heard this, I swear, I'll tell you, I'm like, where's the police? Where they at? Is it a fire? Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, for this.
this young lady here She is now officially dubbing herself as the mayor of Dorchester. All the way from Dorchester to Hyde Park, the beautiful, the illustrious Lisa Searcy. Welcome, Lisa Searcy. How you doing, love?
Hey, Lisa.
Welcome
Good
to the
evening.
ride.
How you doing?
Buckle up,
I'm
baby.
well, thank you so much
Yeah?
for asking. How are you?
Excellent. So we're going to jump right into this. And
Before
just,
we do I have to work on my radio personnel voice or anything? How do I sound?
you sound good. Just look
Okay,
at the
great.
camera in front of you.
Okay, I just
You
want to
know?
make sure.
Yeah, you can turn the light on if you
Keep the
like.
mic in front of you, though.
Okay, the mic's here. Okay,
Yeah. So
Talk into the mic.
there you go.
okay.
So
got
let
it.
me ask you this right here, right? We just going to jump right in. We're not
Let's
even going to
go.
fool around with it. What the hell is that? The mayor of Dorchester?
Right.
What is that? Please help me understand the position of mayor of Dorchester.
Okay, so first of all, you heard of the Dorchester Day Parade?
Yeah.
Okay, it happens once a year, first Sunday in the month of June. So the Dorchester Day Parade started back in 1909 or somewhere around there. And so the mayor of Dorchester is actually the person that would actually lead the parade, and fundraising is part of becoming the mayor of Dorchester. So. To answer to your question, the mayor of Dorchester is the leader of the parade, the leader of the pack, basically. Go ahead.
That's it. It's the
No.
leader.
Right, and then what do you do?
So then what you do, so what happens is that part of the fundraising is to keep the tradition of the parade going, and as well as raising funds that will support local community organizations and nonprofits. And then just to help keep the parade tradition going on, just like all the other parades throughout the city, they fundraise all year round. But this officially gives, like a title. And
So
Go ahead.
Who started this Dorchester Day thing? The Dorchester Day, the parade. Like, how long has this been going on?
since probably 1939, probably good 60, 70 years.
Yeah?
60, 70 years, yeah.
Have you lived in Dorchester all your life?
Nope. I'm a fish. Well, I was born back in 1966. Yes, I'm proud of my age. I was brought home to my parents' house in Dorchester, Devon Street, so that part of Devon. And from there, I went down to Roxbury. We moved to Roxbury. From Roxbury, we moved to Tampa, Florida. And when I came back from Tampa, Florida, I came back, to Dorchester, South End.
Okay. Here comes the hard questions now.
Okay, let's go.
So you become the mayor of Dorchester.
Yes.
You know, just for the hell of it, I live in Dorchester. I'd vote for you, right? Mm-hmm. So you get the seat. You're mayor of Dorchester. How long does the term last?
So first of all, it's a non-elected seat. There's no voting process. It's a fundraiser, as I mentioned prior.
So you're just the mayor of Dorchester now.
You
Wait a
dubbed
second.
yourself?
Hold on.
You
hold
dubbed
on.
yourself?
Hold on. You
Like,
need
is
some
there a
applause
voting?
right there already. You already the mayor of Dorchester.
Yeah, fair to say.
So-
Fair to say.
Okay.
So no, seriously. So it's the mayor of the day. You become mayor of the day for Dorchester, and again, it's a fundraising process, and the process is how it's determined. It's a non-voting campaign. It's based on the funds that are raised, and whoever raises the most, I guess, the largest or the most funds, get the title of Dorchester Day
So I
Parade.
think we need to change that. We need to change. If you're going to be mayor of Dorchester, it need to be for more than a day.
Oh
And
well,
you
you
need
know
to have,
what?
You need to have more power. You need to be able to make decisions and call some shots.
Well, you
Right.
know something. That's for the Dorchester Day Parade. I am officially the mayor of Dorchester because what
Okay,
I do
great, girl.
every day, all day in Dorchester.
Let me give you
It's
some more applause there. Wait a second. Hold on. I like how you talk.
She got some dictator.
I'm
in
like,
there.
listen, you said that you are the mayor of Dorchester.
because I mean,
Okay.
just the mayor of the Dorchester Day Parade is just for June 7th. When I walk out my door, being a resident of Dorchester, a proud resident of Dorchester, I see the adversities that Dorchester faces. So when I go out my house, when I speak to my neighbors, when I go down to the end of my street, when people are calling me throughout Dorchester and other surrounding neighborhoods, I'm that person. I'm taking constituent calls without being an elected official, so to
Okay.
speak.
You.
So you are already an advocate for the community, a voice for the community. and you enjoy and have a passion for supporting the community. Would I be accurate? Would that be accurate?
Yeah, and then I mean the title for Mayor of Dorchester, I would keep that title until the next campaign season for the next year's Mayor of Dorchester. But that's the title. And again, I'm not fixated on titles, but this movement here was different because when I found out, because I've always called or referred to myself as the Mayor of Dorchester, and it wasn't until someone made me aware that there is actually such a thing, because prior to this parade 2026, I didn't even really know, I never knew that there was an opportunity to fundraise and actually hold that title of Mayor of Dorchester. I know in the past there's been grand marshals and other folks, but actually to have to fundraise, and I sent over a letter of intent, and immediately they told me you go right ahead and start fundraising. Okay.
So you become mayor of Dorchester. You do all the fundraising and all the things that align with that. What comes after that? Are there any aspirations for you to run for any other political seat?
Great question. I worked for a city council at large for 2 terms, and as the director of community engagement, taking all the constituent calls. So the answer to your question, what's next? Anything's possible.
Okay. Don't give me the political answer. Just give me the truth.
Do you want something next?
There's always a next. There's always a next. But it's not even the title that I'm looking for. What's next? I'm looking for change for our communities, all of them, not just Dorchester, to become better communities. So a title doesn't make it, whether I'm working on the 5th floor in City Hall, or whether I'm sitting at home in my living room and someone calls me and says that their house just got caught on fire. What should they do? So the titles don't get the work done. It's the passion. It's the
Hey everyone, it's your girl Tati J here for Tati's Corner, and today we have a nice little treat for you guys. It won't be me, but it'll be my girl Cece, who's going to do a nice little cover. So Cece's Covers, come on over. Hi. I'll be singing Halo by Beyonce. Okay. Remember those walls I built? Oh, baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, got my engine now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule that you break it, it's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pain won't fade away. I can feel your halo. I can see your halo. I can feel your halo. I can see your halo. Ooh. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning through my darkest nights. You're the only one that I want, and got me addicted to your light. I swear I'll never fall again, but this don't even feel like falling. Gravity ain't forget to pull me back to the ground again. It's like I've been awakened. Every will that you break it, it's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everyone looking now. I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pain won't fade away. I can feel your halo. I can see your halo. I can feel your halo. I can see your halo. 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 I can see your halo. Halo. I can feel your halo. Halo. Thank you.
Makes me responsible for the next person.
Yeah.
So I don't need a title. But
So-
what's next? You never know.
So, I mean, I want to think that after this is done, you will run for office. What would be the ideal seat?
Well, I'm glad you said office. We all know that I'm not running the marathon, but well, to be impactful, because I do have strong relationships, not just in Dorchester, not just in Roxbury, not just in Mattapan. Just as I mentioned, being a director of community engagement, I mean, there's a whole city out there for me. You never know.
So, are we talking mayor of the city of Boston?
No. Oh, I'm aging gracefully. Are you kidding me? No, but there is, you have, levels of government. You have your state senators, you have your state reps, you have your city councilors at large.
What seat would be yours?
You want to get messy?
Don't be scared. Put it
see,
out there.
I'm
Let's
never
talk about
scared.
it.
Okay, let's talk about it. At large, let's go for it. Citywide.
There you go.
Every neighborhood from
City
Brighton.
council.
Yeah, city council
council.
at large. From Brighton to Mattapan to East Boston to Charlestown. Been there, done that.
Okay.
I wouldn't just stay in one neighborhood, and that would be Dorchester. There's a whole city out there,
Okay.
and I can handle it.
I'm not going to put you on the hot seat and ask you what I'd really like to ask you.
Go ahead and don't be scared.
Whose seat would you take?
That's not a hard question. I just don't want to embarrass them. It's not a hard question, but you know what? It wouldn't be me taking anyone's seat. It would be who the voter felt
Okay, let me rephrase the question.
whose seat needs to be given up.
Let me rephrase the
Yeah,
question.
rephrase it.
Who do you think that is currently city council at large that would be better served going fishing while you take their seat and do their job?
I wouldn't say going fishing because respectfully, there's always room for growth, and there's 4 at-large councilors. There's, maybe another seat further down the political road for them. So I wouldn't say taking anybody's seat because I don't want to take anything. And, whatever's going to be given is going to be given to me. I'm not going to take.
I
Because
like take it, girl. Just go in there and aggressive. Just be like, listen, I'm coming in here and I'm going to run it and I'm going to make it do what it do. Look at Donald Trump.
Right.
Okay, Messy Mob, let me tell you something.
Donald Trump ain't taking no prisoners.
What seat do you think? Which seat would you like me to have? Who do you feel?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
As a constituent, who do you feel that needs to stand up and move on?
so here's the thing, right? For me, when it comes to city, state, federal government, I don't have a whole lot of faith.
Okay.
I will tell you, the people that I have seen that have had are the movers and shakers, the ones that are out here shaking the table. Julia Mejia,
Absolutely.
hands down. She when Julia Mejia is like out, like I see her, she's out here. I know some of the things that she's doing, and thank goodness for social media, because it also helps for us to be able to see some of the things that are happening. Minyard Culpepper just in the seat.
Okay.
And I see what he's doing already out the gate. Just started making contact with Chris Worrell and being able to see and understand some of the things that he's doing.
Yeah.
A lot of these elected officials, I honestly don't know what they're doing. And I have proposed a couple of times that, we have check-ins. Because if you ask the average person, what does a city councilor do? What does a senator do? What does a congressperson do? They're not going to be able to answer that question. It goes in line with what I've always said about some of these organizations that are out here. You see the air quotes, representing us.
Correct.
Right? We don't know what they do. So you can ask a person, what does a various agency or an individual that's in a political position, what do they do? And you don't know. You can't answer the question.
Well, for the most part, some of them don't even know what they're supposed to be doing.
There you go.
Like who?
Okay, Messy Mark, you want to go there?
I'm not running for office.
Well,
I'm not running for office, so
running-
you have to manage
okay.
yours. You don't have to answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer it, but, first of all, I'm running for, campaigning for a non-elected seat. But if I were to campaign.
Yeah, but there's life after that.
No, but yeah, after, let me get there. So with that being said, it's you can't point fingers, because when you point a finger, there's 4 pointing back at you. I'm not going to fixate or base my campaign on what the next person's not doing. I'm going to be, one.
I'm sorry.
Go on.
It's so funny. I'm looking at Mike, right? And I swear, Mike's like a kid, right? You said if you point your finger, there's 4 pointing at you. Mike's like this.
No, but check it out. You can do it.
No, that's a gun. That's a gun.
He's on.
Celebrate the unsung heroes of the world. Honor Thy Mother. Sunday, May 17th from 2 to 4 p.m., we will host the second annual Honor Thy Mother Appreciation Luncheon at Sorrel and Lime, 986 Blue Hill Avenue in Dorchester. We're setting the tone of love. Catered by Modern Soul with music by DJ Wade, the Ladies' Choice. A combination fit for a queen, your queen. Come honor the mothers, grandmothers, sisters, aunts, and all of the amazing women of your life. Become a part of history and celebrate your love by placing a picture of the mother you are celebrating in our forever online and print program. Imagine having your loved one in our program with your words of love attached. To take advantage of this opportunity, call Stacy at 857-250-5794. Vendor opportunities are available and tickets can be obtained on Eventbrite. Keyword, Honor Thy Mother.
Hey guys, you are watching Boss Lady News, and I hope you're enjoying the show. Popping in a little bit of Inside the Ride, my second production home on Urban Heat. You guys can always follow them or download iHeartRadio, but you can catch Urban Heat on iHeartRadio as well as the Tape Deck on iHeartRadio.
Yes, indeedy.
Tell them how they can find it.
You can catch it 102.9 every Friday from 6 to 7 at BNN.
That's right.
WBCLLP.
That's right. So you still here with me, bro?
Yeah, we still have stuff to talk about.
We still got some stuff.
I'm in a moment now that I want to celebrate Black excellence.
Okay.
So Dr. Dre, congratulations to Dr. Dre. He has made the $1 billion club. So right
$1 billion.
Yeah, he's officially on the Billionaires Club.
Dre Day.
Dre Day.
Hey,
exactly,
Day
Jay.
Day.
Yeah, man. So he's the second. Well, there was actually 3 billionaires. It was Jay-Z, Kanye West, and now Dr. Dre. But
So
Kanye
Jay-Z
being-
without Beyonce.
Without Beyonce. I mean,
Okay.
Jay-Z by himself.
Okay.
Billionaire. Kanye was up there, but then he lost his mind, and then he said something about a certain community. So they stripped those $2 billion, and now he's worth $500 million now.
Oh,
so he got
goodness.
downgraded. But Dr. Dre, one of the big parts that made him a billionaire was the headphones. The
Beats.
the Beats by Dre.
Yep.
That's what took him out of the ladder. And he had the potential to be a billionaire when it first came out. Did you ever see the series he did, the Defiant Ones? It was on
No.
HBO. So you got to watch it.
Clearly, I don't watch enough TV.
So you gotta watch it. It's hilarious, but not hilarious. But it was a studio section. It was him and Tyrese They were a little bit inebriated.
Okay.
And after midnight, they were supposed to announce, the headphones were coming out. But Tyrese was on live saying that the headphones are coming out, but we have the breaking news. After this, Dr. Dre's about to be a billionaire, so they were all celebrating and, drinking and whatever. But I guess it was a contract thing that you were not supposed to say about the headphone before the contract. And they said it like 5 minutes before the things came out. They talked about it, and Tyrese put it live. So because of that, it got deducted.
Oh.
So he wasn't worth the billion.
Read the fine print, y'all. Read the fine print.
So once they did that, they saw the live, like, Interscope, and everybody called, like, what the hell are you doing? You're blowing up everybody's money. Like, put it down. But Apple caught wind of it, and they're like, well, we're going to release it, but you're not going to get the money we promised you.
Right.
Or there's going to be potential.
Because the release is what Apple's always going after.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
okay.
So it took them, that was like 10, whatever year that came out, it took them years to try to get that back. So now after all that, the numbers of the headphones are doing the numbers they're supposed to be, and now it took them back to billionaire status.
Well, see, I had a little bit of that experience. Shameless plug, you guys can go to In Boston Magazine. Your girl and some of the other ladies at Urban Heat are going to be on the cover. Yeah. But you can follow them and send them a message and say, Boss Lady News, okay? Told y'all about it. But In Boston, so what I did was I made the mistake of sharing In Boston's posts. I didn't share my own post. It was In Boston's post.
Yeah.
And because a few of them know me, they tagged me to it. And of course, I set the fire.
Yeah.
And so I guess I wasn't supposed to do that. But I only shared a post that they had already put.
Yeah.
But yours truly is going to be on the cover with some other ladies of In Boston Magazine. So I'm super excited about that. But that's amazing about Dre.
And more fun facts right now. So remember we were talking about the tape deck, how he got jerked and he had to pretty much give money to Eazy-E?
Right.
Well, after 20 plus years later, he's getting his masters back from all the albums he did with Death Row.
Shout out to, but you know what? And I'm just gonna say this because I was talking with a owner of a restaurant down in Nubian Square, Teranga. New restaurant in Nubian Square called Teranga. You guys go check it out. Their mission is amazing, and so is their food. Teranga is right at the corner of like Dudley Street and Warren. And so we were talking about how all these artists have all of this money, and what do they do with it, right? How do they filter their dollars? Because you got to pay taxes on that money anyway. Mm-hmm. How do they filter those dollars back into the community? Yeah. And so just to kind of give a shout out to another artist, T.I. and Tiny have actually funneled a lot of their dollars into affordable home ownership out in their community. Okay. So you guys can look up T.I. and Tiny's neighborhood community. Yeah. They are officially launching a development, or they launched a development that funnels their dollars into helping people with housing.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, so yeah, he's getting his masters back, and now I think there's like a loophole now because he was at war with Suge, and even the whole thing we talked about with Eazy-E.
Suge gonna make money off of it?
No, that's the thing. So they're trying to find a way because, again, when he left, it was kind of weird because the same way he left Eazy-E, how we got to pay him money, same thing happened here with Suge. So he kind of got jerked. So he did it twice. So now now that he got a little bit more leverage now, he's trying to find a loophole on how not to pay Suge. Mm-hmm. And I think there's a loophole now that I don't know the story, but I don't think he has to pay Eazy-E or what he owned it from what happened 30 years ago when he had to leave the contract. So now he's making a whole lot of power moves right now. So he's moving like a boss.
As
moving
he
like a boss.
Should be now. You know, when it comes to contracts in business, when it comes to setting up and structuring your businesses properly, right? The devil's in the details, y'all. Hire a business attorney to look over these contracts. Stop trying to do everything yourself. Because if you're going to start making some real money, the devil's going to be in the details, and they're going to take them dollars.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, too, this was like back in the 80s and 90s, so these rappers were kids. So they were just signing contracts without any lawyers.
Right.
Or they
trust.
Just trust. And then if you're dealing with these kind of individuals who give a kid $200,000, a kid in the hood, and during that time they think $200,000 is like, yo, I'm getting out the hood, I'm feeding everybody.
It. They made it.
But $200,000 is barely gonna get you by. You know what I mean? So yes, get your papers, get your lawyers in order, get accountants,
That's right.
tax people, get them all, get a lawyer looking after the lawyer.
Because either way, you're going to have to pay taxes. Wasn't somebody got stuck on tax evasion?
Which
And
one's a lot?
I feel like,
There's a lot.
unfortunately, Lauryn Hill might have had that
She
issue
was one of them.
also.
She
where,
was one
like,
of
she wasn't paying her. Artists want to be artists. They can't always also be the business. And so you got to have a good team behind you to make sure that you can still do your artistry and your business doesn't lack and they're not taking your money.
Yeah, there's a long list. Lauryn Hill. We talked about Montel Jordan.
Montel Jordan.
He had to sell his catalog to the IRS to recoup to get his money back.
What?
Yeah, he had to sell his catalog to the IRS because he owed like $700,000 or whatever.
So
And
the IRS owns.
This is how we do it for now. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Every time y'all play that song, this is how we do it.
This is how we tax
The
them.
IRS is taking out that money.
Yeah,
those
man.
royalties.
So that's good. And Kanye West, he was trying to do a tour up in Europe,
Okay.
and Europe said, "No, you can't come into this country."
Really?
Yeah, they
Was it with the
banned-
gospel? Because
No, because he did a show in Mexico. Phenomenal show. If you catch
he
it
did
online.
a show with Lauryn Hill.
Yeah,
Yes.
she pulled up. Phenomenal show. It was a great show, typical theatric, Kanye's or whatever.
I
So,
loved it.
So he was trying to take
They
it
were
in
on a
Europe.
globe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So have you been to a Kanye show?
I haven't.
Phenomenal. Worth getting your money's worth. I saw the Glow in the Dark, so it was a theater. I saw a theater play pretty much.
Nice.
He knows how to give a great show. He was trying to do the same thing in Europe, and Europe won't let him in to the show. So he's like, you're banned for the time being because your mouth.
Oh,
So-
he's too controversial.
Yeah. Which is insane, but Europe, they move different.
Yeah.
So whatever the case may be, but supposedly they're trying to see if he could do like a tour within the States, but he gotta test the temperature because he knows there's certain people in the States that are not a fan of him because of his mouth. So
Yeah, he
he's
got
gonna
a
test
mouth on him.
He got a mouth on him right now, so he's trying to test the water, see how he's gonna try to pull
Are
it
we
off.
going to say shout out to Cardi B?
Why? What she do?
I mean, besides the fact that Julia Mejia felt it necessary to, create a Cardi B day.
We talked about this
in
last month.
Boston.
We talked about this. Let's talk about Louisiana right now. There's something.
We'd rather talk
Let's
about Louisiana.
There's something going on with the voting thing right here and the
Yes.
gerrymandering and
Yes.
black folks about to get.
Okay, so in Louisiana, y'all, and this is why voting is so important. Unfortunately, just recently, the Supreme Court justices have taken away or suspended the right. So I'm going to try to break this down. It's not, they didn't take away, right, black people's rights to vote. What they did was they said that it's not illegal to redistrict. And by redistricting the communities in Louisiana, they're inadvertently taking away votes from those districts. And when those districts become so small, they no longer have a representative. So now you're talking about taxation without representation, which was one of the basis of why people flocked to America from Europe. And the Tea Party happened, right? No taxation without representation. The unfortunate part for them is we're smart now. So we know how to fight. So they went after the judges and they said, hey, judge, if we're not intentionally doing this, then we're not doing anything wrong. So as long as you can't prove that they are intentionally suppressing black votes, then what they're doing with redistricting is okay. How did this happen? Because enough people did not go out and vote.
See?
So it's
Yeah.
important to vote, and what the younger generation does not get is this is gonna affect y'all more than it affects us. I'm almost at the age where I could say I hear it a lot because I like to hang out with older people. They got more time behind them than they do in front of them. Well, guess what? Not even millennials. What's that next generation?
Gen Zs?
Gen Zs and betas.
Yeah.
Y'all have to deal with this.
Y'all probably.
All of y'all are going to have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Now you guys are going to directly see what it felt like during the civil rights movement.
Have fun, kids.
Right.
And this is the thing. This is why I'm not a fan of gerrymandering, because this whole thing happened with Virginia. I've never happened with Virginia that the Democrats, they did something to make sure it worked within their favor, because of Texas did it, and then Florida did, and not Florida, California did it. And I knew it got tricky with Virginia because it's a very purplish state. See, Texas, they're conservative, so I could see that. California, they're blue, so I could see that. Once you go to like these swing states and try to play with fire like that, now you're gonna be in a situation that now all the states are gonna try to do it.
Yeah.
And then if you're gonna do something like that, guess who's gonna like lose out? Is gonna pretty much get the grunt of it? Black and brown people.
That's right.
So that's people gonna lose out of it. I mean, we've done some sneaky gerrymandering here in Massachusetts. That's for another conversation. I just found out recently that, you know, as much blue as we are, 40% of the people here vote conservatives. So it's like there's no representation for those people.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of gerrymandering because I know what comes afterwards.
And if people
Take case, Louisiana.
want to directly correlate what redistricting looks like here in Boston, look at Mattapan. I want to say a third of Mattapan got redistricted into Hyde Park. So one day, my friend lived in Mattapan. The next day, she all of a sudden lives in Hyde Park.
Yeah.
And her vote was going towards the voting process in Hyde Park and who's going to be representing her in the Hyde Park area. But she, the night before, was a Mattapanian, you know? So redistricting happens here in Boston, and it happens so that those particular cities have a larger population of voter rights. But without ownership, and this always goes back to real estate, right? If you don't own where you live, if you gotta go, then your vote's gonna go too. So all the people that lived in Boston, and then the Boston rents went up and had to move out to Brockton, well, now all of those votes are actually in Brockton. So ownership is important, especially even for the younger people also, the Gen Zs and the betas. They should, and a lot of them are making millions of dollars, you know, through YouTube, through Instagram, through becoming social media and content creator, you know, millionaires. You got to own where you live if you really want to have some type of impact and don't want somebody else in charge of your life, okay?
Wow. So basically, I mean, so the vote there has been final. This is going to happen in Louisiana.
This is happening in Louisiana. The redistricting is happening, and it's the judges that made this decision. So federal court has decided that this is okay.
And they took it to the Supreme Court, or just like the judges in Louisiana?
This is the federal Supreme Court. So that's why now, state to state, you're going to have elected officials that are looking at redistricting and minimizing your vote.
Wow.
It's real. And, you know, I thought to myself, because, you know, we always talk about black and brown people, and I'm like, how is this affecting the Asian community?
Man, they don't vote. They don't vote.
They don't care. They make their money.
They make their money.
They buy their properties, and they mind their business.
I'm glad you said that, because I heard somebody say that we should be like the Asian people and, you know, just get our money and leave. But I'm like, we're not dumb. Like, the things that happen to them doesn't affect them the way it affects us. Because they're a real low minority, and they're not really on like that. The stuff that happens to these certain things, it affects us. Hence, the whole thing you just talked about in Louisiana.
Yeah.
It affects the black community.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like, you can't pull that in Lawrence and say, like, you know, we can't, Hispanic people need to stop voting and be like the Asian people because, you know, they move a certain way. I'm like, no, there's no Asian people in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
Right.
So you got to focus on the Lawrence community and, you know, figure out how we're going to get certain things done. You can't just sit out.
And it's just so unfortunate that we're in 2026, and we about to go, y'all, but it's so unfortunate that we're in 2026 and we still have people that want to suppress the opinions of other human beings. It's crazy. So the civil rights and, you know, that World War III, I don't know. It might actually be happening. But we're gonna have to talk to you about that again next time.
We're resilient human beings. We've been through worse situations. So
That's right.
We'll fight back.
We ain't going nowhere. We ain't never scared. We ain't never scared.
Exactly. I want to give a shout out to, you know, my people out in Peabody. You know, they gave us a phenomenal show. Shout out to everybody in Lawrence, ST Dot Family, Terminology, Easy Bunny, DJ Deadeye. You know, hip hop is still alive and well. It's in the underground. And on 102.9 Take That. You can catch me every Friday from 6 to 7. Shameless plug.